My name is Mark May with McAllen ISD. Thank you so much for being here for this very special occasion, a historic moment for McAllen ISD and our programs, our teachers, and our students. Let me first off start off by introducing some special guests that we have here with us today. Representing our school board, we have our Vice President, Debbie Crane-Aliceda. Trustee Conrado Alvarado. Trustee Sofia Peña, and Trustee Sam Salivar Jr. From our executive leadership team, our superintendent, Dr. Jay Gonzalez. Our associate superintendent for instructional leadership, Ms. Bridget V. Assistant superintendent, business operations, Adele Felix. Assistant Super for District Operations, Alejandra Gonzalez. And Assistant Superintendent for Human Resources, Mr. Todd Miller. And then we have our Fine Arts Director, Ms. Deborah Loya. Now here from the Santa Fe Foundation, and they have a very important presentation coming up in a moment. We have Mr. Sony Rigo. Oh, sorry, Miss Sony Rigo, Albert Ligo, and Fred Harms. And then from the Texas Restaurant Association, Alvy Britton. And here to share a few words from our school board leadership, our Vice President, Miss Debbie Crane-Aliceda.
I think dare to dream. Our superintendent's always saying he's in the business of dreams, and this is a dream. Thank you, so I don't have to go on my tippy toes. I was remembering Trustee Saldivar and I were visiting the Strides building, and they were cooking inside there, and Miss Silva was there, Lily Silva was there, and Diana Benya was there, and it was a conversation. Jessica Delgado was there, and she was, I think she was the president of the Restaurant Association at that time. And it was just a conversation that she had that evolved into, why can't we grow this? Why can't we have a kitchen, a culinary kitchen? And then we walked next door and we're like, well, we have this welding building right here. And John David Franz came to this building when he was in 7th grade. From Hidalgo, they shipped him over here. But this was a welding building. We walked through and there's stuff hanging everywhere, and there's garage doors. It was atrocious. It was a welding building. And dare to dream. Look what happened. Look where we are today with the help of our community, with people like Sonny and Albert Reggio and people like Cowboy Kitchen. The collaboration with our community, we make dreams happen, and it's so exciting to be here today. And when y'all see what happened next door, you're going to be just so excited. But it's our pleasure that it took a long time. COVID slowed things down, but we're so excited that this is happening. And we're so excited that there's so many students that are able to do this and go on off to the future. And thank you so much for all the internships you've been doing. The Chamber of Commerce Board, Albert Reggio, he has been doing internships for I don't know how many years, where our students have been going there and working there and learning under y'all for all these years. And now you have another hat on, you're doing this. So thank you so much for everything you do. Thank you for everybody being here, and I will pass the torch.
And now our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Jay Gonzalez.
Well, first and foremost, how about another round of applause for Mariachi Oro for their beautiful music. Debbie, Thomas, Debbie Loya, thank you so much for really just raising the level of performances on all spectrums with regard to our mariachi. And there's just so many people in this room that have played a key role in the success of our district. A special thank you to our Board of Trustees for their vision, for their oversight. We appreciate them very, very much. And then we have our friends from the community. I know we have representatives from Cowboy Chicken. We have Albert and Sony Rego that are here to support. There's just so many people. I see John David Franz and his beautiful wife, Annette. It's just so many people here from the community that just give of their time and of their resources. And McAllen ISD is a high-performing school district, and we pride ourselves in providing opportunities for all children. And when we thought of the culinary arts, we thought we have an opportunity to put children in a position to fill a gap with regard to culinary arts and the service industry like we've never done before. And what we've done with the Chief Early College High School, you think of the Strides program, you think of the Culinary Arts program, you think of the CTE program, And then you just start to think of all the other things we're doing in CTE. We have kids that are flying airplanes. Right? We have kids that are flying airplanes in McAllen ISD. We have children that regardless of their circumstances, regardless of their background, regardless of their challenges, we're putting them in a position to excel by providing them with opportunities through the STRIDES program to be employable and live on their own. But this is one that's special for us. When you think back, and I think back to being an assistant principal at Lincoln Middle School many years ago, it was 2001, and what this building used to be, and Lily, with your team, and what you've done, Ms. Gonzalez and Ruben Trevino, and the whole department on FMO, how they've been able to transform this environment. But we do this for our students. So all the parents in the room, just know that we know that we're dealing with your most precious gifts from God. And when you drop your children off with us, you're counting on us to educate them and nurture them and guide them and love them like they were ours. And I'm here to tell you that we have a board that's committed to every child in this district. We have a board that is second to none with regard to setting high expectations, and that's why we're a driving force across the state and across the nation, quite frankly. But I can't help but just be so proud of this moment. This is one of the proudest moments in my time with McAllen ISD, because I know that it's going to break down barriers for students. And I look across and I look at our students that are already focused on the culinary arts, and I know that you all are going to go off to do great things. And you all are just a special group of kids. And we felt the spirit of McAllen ISD through Mariachi Oro. You all felt that. That's the heart of McAllen ISD. That's the heart of McAllen, Texas. That's the heart of this board. That's the heart of this administration. And that's the heart of everybody in this room. So on behalf of the administration and our board, we love you all. Thank you for all the support.
As one other person I need to recognize, our Assistant Superintendent for Instructional Services, Dr. Wasaba de Hoyos, has joined us. Thank you. And now a few words from our Career Technical Education Director, Lily Silva.
Thank you. So thanks to many that are, and I'm going to repeat the same people, the board members, Dr. Gonzalez, and of course the restaurant organization that have been guiding us especially during COVID, where we had to get so creative, right? So proud of everybody, especially again, Mr. Ruben Trevino, Miss Melissa Rodriguez, that spent countless hours. Again, we got so creative with reinventing this space. It's just amazing. I remember walking in 2007, and this was a computer lab, and right behind it, which you'll see now, the kitchen, that is what was a shop. And so to see and it served for many years a beautiful purpose. But now we're transitioning and evolving into 21st century kitchen. And you're gonna get to experience what these kiddos have experienced for the last year. It's amazing what they're doing. They look like professionals. They are professionals. And on top of that, they're going to graduate with a certificate that's recognized by industry. And I'm also so proud of Ms. Yana Peña. She did. Very proud. We never gave up. She never gave up. She would come in, no, we're going to make it happen. And I would say, I don't know, I'm looking at our bank account. I've been begging. And Adele would say, well, Ms. Silva. But, thank you, community, for doing this. It is going to be beautiful. It's just the beginning of so many wonderful things to come. And the kiddos that you're impacting, what you're going to do for them, for their families, for the community, it's just the beginning. So thank you for everything, and we can't wait till you experience the kitchen and the smiles in those children's faces, actually professionals. So thank you, and welcome to our kitchen.
Let's hear from one of the people who helped make it happen, CTE Coordinator Diana Peña.
Okay, I told myself I was going to cry yesterday, so I wouldn't cry today. Wow. 2019, a group of educators, board members, TRA representatives were standing in this very room and that very room. And that's when the dream began. I remember Chef Larry standing in the middle of the kitchen, well, what's now the kitchen. And we've got a great picture of him with his arms wide open, just dreaming of the possibilities of what this could be and what it could do for all students. You see, the restaurant industry is the second largest employer, private employer in the state of Texas. And there are over 1.3 million employees with over 53,000 restaurants just in the state of Texas. And now we're going to be a part of that. Your students, your sons, your daughters, they're going to go out with a leg up because they're going to get the full experience of running the front of a kitchen and the back of a kitchen. When they go out into the workplace, they're not going to say, I just got my certificate. They're going to say, I got my certificate and I ran a restaurant. I ran a bistro at my school. That's what's going to happen. We're going to end up being a state model because the state, Dr. Emily Knight, President and CEO of the Texas Restaurant Association, is already wanting, once we get this off the ground, how do we duplicate this for all kids of all abilities? That's the other thing about the restaurant industry. It is the most diverse industry there is. What other industry can you start at, and I don't like this adage, oh, you're gonna flip burgers. Well, you know what? You can go from flipping burgers to franchise owner in 5 years. Where else can you do that? And that's the leg up, thanks to our board, thanks to our innovative superintendent, and thanks to Ms. Kenia Cipriano, our CTE culinary arts teacher. Our TRA board, Santa Fe and Cowboy Chicken, I'm gonna eat there for the rest of my life. You have business forever from me, and I can eat. But thank you from the bottom of my heart. You are changing lives, and this is just the start, guys. A year from now, just wait and see what we're gonna do. Thank you. Yes. Yes, we do. We do have deaf and hard of hearing students in our program, and they're some of the best chefs.
Thank you, Diana. And now we thought it would be appropriate to hear from a student's perspective. And we have here now a senior from McAllen Memorial High School, Tyler Thomas.
Hello, everybody. It is so nice to greet you, and even better to meet you. My name is Tyler Thomas, and I am one of the students enrolled in Achieve Early College High School's culinary program. When I first started culinary, it was not this, let's be so frank. I sat in a classroom and made some of the best friends I have ever met before. My lovely partner, Angelina Garza, who is in the kitchen currently, helping make you delicious food that I hope you will sincerely enjoy. Culinary has allowed me to learn a numerous amount of skills that I would never learned anyways. Like, who here knows how to tourne a potato? And many of you are asking, what even is a tourne? And honestly, I asked those very same questions, and after many, many potatoes that have met their untimely demise, I finally got that skill down, and I passed my knife skills test to Miss Soprano's she was very excited for me. Because let's just say, knife skills are unfortunately not my strongest skill. So, when people think culinary, they don't really think competition, and competition is one of the best things I got out of the program. When I first competed, I competed with two of my best friends, who are one of which is no longer here, and I would love to thank Ashanti Sanchez, who is now in Austin, from helping me become a state qualifier for culinary math management. And many people think culinary math, like, why do you think of math? Let me tell you, there is a lot of math in this program. Simply, when I had to double my culinary recipe for, of course, my brand, Saturn Sweets, it was, let's just say, very hard. Because, unfortunately, I am not a math person, but I persevered. And I made for you guys delicious treats that I hope you enjoy, which are, I know you guys are gonna love to hear this, low sugar and high protein dessert alternatives, double dark chocolate shortbread with homemade chocolate ganache with protein powder infused. So in culinary math, it was an uphill battle, to be very frank once again. But I persevered and I made some of the best memories with, of course, my sponsor, Miss Soprano, and my other sponsor, Miss True. It was a lot of fun and I am so thankful for that. And now I find myself on the cusp of a new adventure with Food Innovations. Me and my partner, once again Angelina, we developed Saturn Sweets, a space-themed athletic brand that offers high school students a low sugar, high protein dessert alternative, which of course there's 3 flavors, but I prepared only 2 of them for you, just so you guys can dip your toes into what I have to offer and hopefully keep supporting me for days to come. I would love to thank Miss Soprano for her support and her patience when it comes to how my kitchen is organized, because once again, organization, also not my strong suit. Angelina, who is always my biggest supporter, and I am so proud to say that she is my teammate, and I'm so happy to be going to stay with her. And of course, my mother, Deborah Loya, the fine arts director. She, of course, not very discreetly asked me to add that in there as well. Now, in closing, I want to thank everyone who supported this program, from organization leaders to people who fund this program, and of course the lovely teachers, my food science teacher, Ms. Garza, who of course, Food Innovations is very science-based. I had to make over about 20 formulations that took over the span of 5 months to give you guys the very sweet treats that you're going to be tasting, and of course everyone else, the people who I have not named, and Miss Benya, of course, my biggest fan. And I really hope that you guys enjoy the food service we have to offer you guys. Thank you so much. Now you know, Tyler Thomas.
One of the reasons why our district is so high performing and so successful is because of its partners, its community partners, all the community pulling together in one direction for the benefit of our kids. And we have an excellent example of that for you now. We have a special announcement from Santa Fe Foundation and Mrs. Rigo and Mr. Rigo.
Hello, everyone. Sony and I are so proud to be here, and I didn't know we were going to do a presentation ourselves. We have a check that we're going to present today for $20,000, and this check is possible. This check is possible due to organizations, due to businesses, due to individual people who have contributed at the Santa Fe Wine Classic event, which is the premier food and wine festival that we have that is dedicated to raise funds for charity. And this is part of the proceeds that we have recollected that day. So we want to thank people involved with that, and are essential to that day, which was the McAllen Chamber of Commerce, an organization, of course, the Texas Restaurant Association, always present. And we also have to include Bob Bogus, and we have to include restaurants like Kumori, like Bodega, Chef Adan Cavazos from Bodega. We also need to include, of course, our restaurants, Republic of the Rio Grande and University Draft House, and of course, Santa Fe Steakhouse. We want to thank them. So we want to present this check today, and we want to share some insight as to what we're excited about this culinary program, if you don't mind. So thank you very much. Here you go, Sonny. Why don't you?
Okay.
So let me just share this with you. On behalf of Fred Harms, my wife, Sonny Rego, and the entire team at the Santa Fe Steakhouse, I congratulate you on this very special day and dedication. We are so looking forward to witnessing the collaboration of the culinary students and the Stride students as they are trained, developed, and guided in a real-world environment to become independent professional members of our industry. Our beloved industry is not for everyone, right? Nor is it as glamorous as they may think. There is a need to develop individuals who are committed to become a part of an organization long-term and move up through their ranks. This facility will test the willingness to be a part of and truly experience a real working kitchen, a food service that is highly demanding. They should know that in a stressful, fast-paced environment, being a level-headed team player that is willing to work outside their station, help others, and learn other things is most desirable. It is in these brigades that in a facility like this, that these key skills of listening, manual dexterity, and stamina will be honed. It is our hope that the students, the apprentices that are trained here have access to continued education and be prepared to participate in the real world, that they be exposed to some basic real-world experiences, or with that, at least a glimpse or expectation of what they are going to face in order to be more effectively navigate and embrace their career path. Thank you very much for allowing us to be a part of this.
I want you to do a photo of our school board members could step in. And Ms. Silva, if you could come up. Here you go, Mark. Yep. Oh, thank you. Ms. Silva and Ms. Pena. And our students, Tyler. As a student from our Strides program.
Let me say something very quick. I just want to tell you something very quick, very quick. When I came over here on November the 5th, 2022, I was so impressed with the work that these kids were doing in this kitchen. I had the opportunity to see them, all of them working. They are 100% professional. The food tastes delicious. They did what they're supposed to. And when I walk into this room, this area, Dr. Gonzalez said, I hope that we can have a cafeteria for our kids too. They can promote their products, their coffee, and I learned everything about the Stripes program. I was so impressed with that I am so happy to be able to give you this money so that dream can also come true. So congratulations, you guys are changing lives.
Okay.